Yeah, I think one of the most consistent themes that's been showing up in therapy and in just conversations in my personal life is people feeling that it's really bizarre to still have to wake up and do all your normal daily tasks when it feels like there are just great threats to our safety, well being, stability happening for some of my clients directly to them or to their loved ones or to groups that they identify with. To other people, it feels a little bit more removed, but still threatening. And it's bizarre to still go out to dinner with friends and grab a drink and just worry about checking off your to-do list. And at the same time, I think we are meant to do those things, but it's a difficulty holding, zooming out and seeing what's happening on a larger scale and validating the threat, but also zooming in and still trying to stay connected in our everyday life and deal with the guilt and the confusion of being present and engaged and even sometimes feeling happy and excited while also being aware that there's big scary things happening right now.
I think it's fear and helplessness. And I think why it's important to name them is so that we're not in like isolation with them or assume that it's a place we have to, we're stuck in, that we've done something wrong, that like we have to stay here, that the world or our country wants us to stay here, because that's just not the case, in my opinion.
Most of the patients that have been affected, I would say that half of my patients at least, come to session complaining about something related to what's happening with ICE, with the current like politics, with the current government. And typically triggering them fear is the number one, and then triggering anger, triggering disbelief and frustrations. The common theme, is basically that coming therapy is really how do I process all these emotions, and also deep down a lack of a trust and even a loss of hope, in a way that therapy becomes a vehicle for them to feel safe, for them to verbalize their emotions, for them to find also a sense of hope during this time, during the crisis that we're going through.
I found that I have clients in different phases of life, different racial, ethnic backgrounds, different degrees of closeness to loved ones who may currently be fearing life and fearing places that they can safely go and fearing ways that they can interact, whether it's online or in person or at the grocery store, a sporting event, and hearing their stories and honoring the fear that they experience, the worry that they experience, and recognizing that if I were to just say, oh, it's going to be okay, that part of it would be speaking from a place of some privilege, and part of it would be invalidating to them and certainly not helpful. So I think that being able to name that, yeah, these things are scary. Yeah, there are a lot of unknowns in this situation is a way to join with them in the darkness of their fear while also acknowledging that connection is also important, and that fear doesn't get to win. The opposite of fear is still being creative and still connecting. And it's hard to look at moments of light if you're not acknowledging how dark it is.